The obstacle that you are up against, it's kind of like a trick. It's not really truly an obstacle. It's an obstacle if you continue to keep going down that path of thinking. But this obstacle, this decision, it is an opportunity for you to say and do what you have always wanted to, what you always knew that you could, but felt very, very impossible. This is a chance, this obstacle is the opportunity for you to step into your power and really embody who it is that you've always said you were. Not backing down, being resilient with yourself, with your fears, and not conforming to the system. Not conforming to the system because the people care, the people do care, but it's the system that is run like a business. That is the difference. And that is why you see people really speaking up or standing out about the imperfections that the cracks in the system that allow inhumane things to continue, for those inhumane treatments and cycles to continue, for the sole purpose of making money. The sole purpose of, well, it's a business. This is what success is. The only way to overpower that commonality of thinking, that widespread message, is to change your mind, to think for yourself. What does life mean to you? What does your life mean to you? What are you willing to say and do to bring love and harmony, peace back into your communities? What are you willing to do to make your people and your community feel safe and cared for? Because one person can't do it all. We cannot do it all by ourselves. One person may have a widespread impact because that is their life purpose, but the small impacts matter just as much. When we align to our purest and truest directions of our inner compass, we can eliminate what no longer serves. We can weed out the imperfections. We can find a balance between business and humanity. Because ancient memory, just because you can't do something, or you're not the best at something, or because you're not important enough, you're not well known enough, that doesn't matter. that doesn't matter. That thought process that you can be controlled by anyone but yourself, it's over. That's why it's so energetically active. That's why it's so heavy. That's why it's so exhausting. That's a really hard release. That's a really big release. And some people go through their they go through their lives never releasing that. And you are attracting your dreams to you. When you say, hell no, this is possible. I don't care what that written thing says. I don't care what these people think. I know right from wrong. I know what it's like to be in a position like that. I know what it's like to watch somebody in a position like that. And so I do better. I am the change. I am the change. This is your sign to go to 7-Eleven, because I just saw 7-Eleven on the camera. Go to 7-Eleven and try the green tea, peach tea. I'll put a picture. Go try it. Go grab a snack. Go grab an ice cream. Take a nice hot bath. Go for a dip in the pool. Go on that trip. Choose you. Whatever you do, choose you. Choose you. Choose you so you can choose others. Choose you so that other people feel encouraged to choose themselves as well. Choose you so you can show up for others and inspire others to show up for others as well. You are the guardian. You have culture in your blood. You have power and knowledge that runs through your veins, whether your limbs work or you got them or you don't, whether your brain is fading away from dementia or Alzheimer's, whether your body doesn't heal the same anymore, whether you have to slow down or speed up, whatever it is, you are made to do it. Whatever you feel like doing, you're made to do it. It just takes time. It just takes time. And you have all the time in the world, because we do not leave this realm. We do not leave this earth until our life purpose has been served. Literally the life purpose card. So if you are grieving someone, if you are contemplating life in general, rewrite the story. The fear of the loss does not exist when they have left something so much more dear to us energetically. Their life sends a message. Let the message of their life help guide you, inspire you, continue you forward into what it is that you want your life to mean. What do you want your life to say? What do your actions and your words convey? What message does that convey? Not just to anybody else, but to yourself. Because not everybody's going to understand it. But the ones that are supposed to, they do. And they can explain. If you get one person to understand, and another who doesn't, there's a possibility that that one person knows how to explain it to that other person in a way that you didn't. Because we all think very similar thoughts. We all feel similar feelings. It's just we all express so differently. There's so many different love languages. There's so many different ways people have grown up. You're not trying to reach everyone. You are finding love and acceptance in yourself in order to find love and acceptance in community and to encourage that. Because it is not inherited. Hate is inherited. Love is learned. Unconditional love does not have limitations. None. Unconditional love is when you can remove the judgment from your love, that the judgments, the opinions, and the emotions, thoughts, actions in you and around you do not impact how much you love someone. I love you unconditionally, but it's not infinite. Is not unconditional love. That is a condition. That means it runs out. True unconditional love does not run out. And that's why you're still here. That's why you're surrounded by people who love you and trust you. That's why you're surrounded by people who make you happy. Because you've never stopped fighting for you. You've never settled for less, even when less is all that was available, even when it was deemed an inconvenience. Because it's so easy to say they're an inconvenience, this is an inconvenience, I'm not doing that. Till it's you that becomes the inconvenience, till you actually need something. But all the inconveniences that you've let slide, that you've judged, becomes your inconvenience. And they're not there to help you as much as they could. There's not as much support all around. Because they've had to handle all those inconveniences on their own. Inconvenient, inconvenient, inconvenient. Inconvenient is a state of mind. Inconvenient is an opinion. Inconvenient is another word for an obstacle. Inconvenient is a word for emergency. Inconvenient is a word when it affects the flow of things, even though our flow can never truly be disrupted. Inconvenient is an excuse. Inconvenient is when you don't hold patience. Inconvenient is when you don't want to change your heart space. Not change, but open. Inconvenient is just a word. It's just a word. And you are not inconvenient. Your existence is not inconvenient. Your needs are not inconvenient. They are only inconvenient if you or the person that is caring for you has an agenda. Because unconditional love is as long as you're happy. As long as you're happy and you're not hurting yourself or anyone else. As long as you're not repeating the cycles. As long as you're growing. As long as you're growing. There's no set time. There's no set time. Time is different for everyone. Time is different for everyone. Time moves faster for some, slower for others. People die early, people die young. It's what you want to do with your own time. Your own time. What makes you happy? Chances are what makes you happy may upset other people. It may confuse them. They may want more of your time, and the thing that makes you happy is taking away from time with them. Of course, there's balance. There's balance, but space and time are so important, together and apart. Continuously working towards that goal and taking a break. Stopping for water, for the view, to smell the roses. Because you could have everything you want right now. You could reach all your goals today. You could be a billionaire running a whole company, multiple houses, vacationing. But what good is that? What good is that if you don't have love? What good is that if you don't have quality time? Personal connection to what you're doing, to the differences you're making. What's the point of all of that if the little things are getting overlooked? What's the point if the big picture looks good, the income looks good? If all other parts of that system are falling apart? And that is why your voice matters. The things that you do matter. That's why sometimes it's good to pause and reflect and take your time. That is the abundance. And so take your time today. Take your time to figure it out, to work out your emotions and your thoughts. Take time to dream. Take time to daydream, wonder, invest your energy into yourself. What would be the best outcomes? Not the easiest, but the most effective, the best. The load that you carry, you don't have to carry it alone. When we share our peace, when we share our thoughts, our feelings, our mind to create peace, we can do so much. You could change someone's perspective. You could strengthen a connection. You could educate, share knowledge with more than just one person by only having to tell one person. You could help someone else release the same thing that you're trying to release. You could unearth all those fears together. You could figure out how to take action forward together. The separation, the diversity is an illusion. It's all an illusion. We are not separate. We are not far apart. We are all just in different stages, in different bodies, in different worlds, but together still. Experiencing the same things at different times, in different ways, but the same things. The experience that you have, the knowledge that you have is important. If reality is all in our minds, if our brain creates and perceives what's going on in the real world, then you have the power to change not only your world, but others' worlds as well. Just by being you and telling your story, the things that upset you, the ugly feelings that you don't want to talk about that, we shouldn't feel. We should always be happy and nice and kind. Fuck that. Fuck that. You would go crazy trying to be peaceful as shit. We're humans. We are humans. And we have the power to change our own worlds. And when we change our own world, we figure out how to change the world around us. Step by step. Step by step. Sacrifice by sacrifice. Because a sacrifice is only truly considered a sacrifice if it's not worth it. So, riddle me this. Have the sacrifices that you made in the name of love, were they worth it? Are they worth it? Is it worth it for you? Is your happiness worth it? Is your joy worth it? Is not having anxiety worth it? Not living in fear worth it? Strength, inner peace, completion. I'd say it is.